Back everyone, welcome back to another day of the World Team League WTL 2024 Summer Code Day number 4. I'm of course Showside VIP, and with me I'm joined by the lovely people in the chat and by these amazing teams as well. Welcome everyone, welcome. Last night or 2 nights ago we were here, we covered the elimination matches in the lower bracket. As you can see here, we casted the Starving Camels come out on top over Team Gosu, and Hyperberg take down BattleB eSports as well. But now we can focus on the upper half of the bracket. We have our winning teams. We have, oh boy, 3 will advance on, 3 will be knocked out. Let's go. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. Here tonight we have the 2 upper bracket matches, so it's going to be 2 best of 7s. Tomorrow we're going to be continuing this into the lower bracket and there on after as well. I believe Code A is slotted to finish up in a week's time, question mark. Sorry, in 3 days. We have 3 more days, not including today here, so I guess 4 days in total additionally of Code A. Let's go. Let us go. So welcome everyone in the chat, welcome. Do you see the Andariel in the chat? I see broken foot. Oh no. Take care of your foot, papi. Take care. Frost in the chat. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenidos to Aistan as well. Our first quacker, Soundo. And you can see our matches and our setups, our lineups here ahead of us. We have a Berserker eSports versus Club NV first, followed by Twisted Fairy and Offside. Boy. 2 best of 7s. Hi, hello, and there it is. We have our lineups. Okay, to kick things off, we have BattleB versus Mondo. Mondo, let's go. Mondo's playing tonight. So BattleB versus Mondo in a TVZ. We have DNS versus Creator in a PvP, and Mixu versus Dongregu in a Zerg versus Zerg. Quite a lot of mirror matchups here. At least we're starting off with the Terran versus Zerg, and I feel like this is the one that's most up in the air. To be honest, coming into this, Club NV are a strong team. They have 2 heavy hitters in Creator and DRG, but their third is a little bit weaker. At times it's Quanta, at other times it's Mondo. Both players are part-time players. They're more amateur up-and-coming Koreans. They've yet to really settle themselves and really make a name for themselves in Code S. In GSL Code S, I mean. So this is a good chance for Berserker eSports to bounce, to fight back, and to start off with a win on the board. Let's go. We're going to be diving into BattleB versus Mondo. Predictions will soon be ready in the chat once we get things underway. As I say that, predictions are open. Place your bets, everyone, for who you believe will take this series. There are 3 options. We have 2 zeros in either direction or a 1-1 tied score. When it comes to the format, this is a best of 7, but it's comprised by best of 2s, not best of 3s. We're diving into game 1, spawning in the bottom left corner. We have Mondo for Club NV, and in the top right, we have BattleB for Berserker eSports. Let us go. Let me just quickly check on. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Just quickly checking on our audio settings, making sure everything is okay as we're settling into game number 1. And again, coming into this, I do want to favor BattleB a little bit. I mean, we have been casting a lot more Mondo recently. If you are unfamiliar, Mondo is an up-and-coming amateur Zerg player, and he was competing for Team NV back in the day. Was, of course, trying his hardest here, playing in online events, playing in online tournaments, trying to qualify for Code S, and then he retired. Around a year ago, Mondo did retire. He rose up kind of in the COVID era of StarCraft, like 2020, 2021, and he did end up retiring. But he recently returned. When I say recently, I'm speaking of maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago, nearing the start of the year. Nearing the start of the year, Mondo did return to competitive play. Just, you know, here and there, he would start playing again. You know, you're never really gone, that sort of thing. And now we see him competing even harder for Club NV to try to make it into World Team League. Oh boy. Now, I would say that Mondo is still not quite at the level that he once was. He's still trying to gain his skill once again. He's not a full-time player like he once was, or he's not competing as much as he used to. But he's getting there. He is getting there. And I do think that he's going to pose a threat here to BattleB, but I think it's going to be an uphill battle for Mondo. We'll see, though. We'll see if he can bring it all back. I'm looking forward to it. For now, it is going to be a Hatchgas full standard opener out of Mondo. Likewise, BattleB getting into its own racks expand. So standard openers all around, nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy, at least not to begin with. And we'll see where this takes us. I haven't had the luxury, I should say, of casting much of BattleB as of late. We've been able to catch him here and there in an ESL Open Cup. But I'm looking forward to see how BattleB has adapted to the new patch, how he has embraced it. So now the Reaper gets across the map. He's going to be dancing with the Lings. Let's try to focus one of them down. Does get quite low. And is going to be threatening the drones, but the Queen is about to pop out. With the arrival of the Queen, we should force this back. We will manage to snipe one of those Lings. So not a bad pickoff there out of BattleB. Behind this, we have a third CC before Starport. Oh, third CC as the factory is being made at its own location. So a much greedier build here from BattleB. Very fast third base, faster than normal. And that is because of the map. I didn't get to talk about it, but we're loading into Dynasty. Dynasty, of course, is a map with a pocket goal base, and it is typically vetoed by Zerg players. It is traditionally vetoed by Zerg players, but there are no vetoes in WTL. This map was picked ahead of time. The players did not know what the starting map was going to be, and because of that, Mondo is forced here to play BattleB on Dynasty, so there's even more working against Mondo here. Can he overcome? Can he overpower? I mean, we have the Roach Ward on the way. Shouldn't be a surprise. When we have seen Zerg players forced to compete on Dynasty, it has been Roach play more often than not. The reason for this is that Roaches are a way to be able to harass, to be able to apply pressure to the opposing gold base of your opponent. Otherwise, Lings and Banes won't do anything. So we do have to invest into Roaches early on. They're also a very safe way to stabilize and settle into your 3-base setup as well. So Mondo is embracing that Roach style. Meanwhile, we have BattleB getting into his 1-1-1, or a third CC before Starport, before Banshee, into Banshee play. As the first Banshee's in production, Reaper does dive in, gets a scout of the main base, is going to be shut down, but does confirm a lack of additional gases, a lack of lair at least in the main. We can see Roaches are on the way though. And these Banshees are going to be ideal. Like, Banshee-based openers are so good against Roach play just because they can do a great job of focusing down Roaches, focusing down Ravagers, but a lot of this is going to come down to scouting this, as the Roaches have been scouted and confirmed by BattleB. Big scout, big moment here from him. Meanwhile, Mondo, he hasn't made a drone in a while. He's going all in. Makes sense. He's not going for a longer game. Not on Dynasty. We're all or nothing. Roaches, Ravagers, Lings, everything is flooding across the map. There's no turning back. And BattleB, can he hold? Can he defend? Banshee does catch some of these Roaches, but they are merely a distraction. Roaches, they drag the Banshee over towards the goal base, and we're headed towards the natural. Hellions in position, but do they get surrounded? Good kiting so far out of BattleB. Does pull the boys. Hellions, they turn back around. Lings in the main base are going to be cleaned up. They are forced back. And it looks like Mondo, he has control of the natural, but he's going for the kill. He's going for the main. Whilst they will be connecting here on the tech lab of all things, we do manage to get a couple of SCVs, but Mondo is running out of steam, he's running out of units. The all-in, it does not kill BattleB. And now Mondo's in a rough position here. He's being cleaned up. He has to kill as many SCVs as possible. He gets 15. That's okay. The problem here is that BattleB has a third CC, and BattleB has a goal base. BattleB, honestly, he's fine from here. He's still ahead. BattleB still ahead. He has Stim on the way. We have Cyclones, additional Banshees. His goal base is still fully operational, and it makes up for his dead workers. And soon BattleB is going to be counterattacking and harassing with his Cloak Banshees. And yeah, Mondo is still trying to recover from here. Is droning. Now, I'm curious if Mondo's going to drone up to 3-base saturation and go for a second all-in. I feel like that's gonna have to be the play here. Going for a longer macro game, it's gonna be difficult. But we shall see. As the Banshee does try to skirt in towards that third. Well, that's not able to. We can see that Mondo, he hasn't taken the goal base either. Again, because it's difficult to do so here against Terran. And in BattleB, he does maintain his lead. As a reminder, we have an even worker count, or yeah, more or less an even worker count. BattleB has the goal base, he has mules as well, so he does have the economic advantage. Just now, you can see Mondo getting into 1-1, getting into Roach speed, getting into a Bailey nest. But I'm most curious about whether or not Mondo will saturate his fourth, and we have our answer. He will. That is 7 drones on the way, so he is saturating the fourth base, which means he's going for a longer game. He's macroing. Oh boy, bold move here out of Mondo. It's not going to be, I mean, neither option was going to be an easy one here for Mondo, whether it was an all-in or trying to macro. So we'll see if he can take it here to BattleB. There's a world where you could take a really good fight. If he's able to get a surround, if he's able to catch BattleB unsieged, there is a world where Mondo can swing things in his favor, but he is relying on BattleB making some mistakes. As for now, BattleB has been quite passive. Now that the medevacs have arrived, okay, we can go for some drop play. We can finally be active on the map. We can move out. Bailing speed has begun. We have Ravagers and Bailings on the way. Mondo trying to build himself up. BattleB has taken a supply lead, as he should. And again, Mondo's supply is inflated as well because of the Roach Ravager. But now though, BattleB, he isn't committing. He's only moving out with a drop. He's not pushing. So BattleB, so Mondo is given time to drone up to 80. He has been able to do so. We have an infestation bit on the way. You see Mondo taking a 5th as well. The 5th is going to be the gold. Is now being taken. And if BattleB gives Mondo more time, then Mondo can catch up. Ooh, but this is a dedicated push out of BattleB. He's moving out now with the rest of his army. It's no longer just a drop. Pushing on forward, Rock's going to be knocked down. We are massing Ling Bane. Again, BattleB does have the army supply lead. Supply lead in general. We do have a Hive in production. A bold move that will give us access to Vipers. But we do need more time. And we do manage to get 1 tank, but the rest of the army is slimming on forward, and Mondo does not have enough. He's got a handful of Bailings, a handful of Ravagers. And again, it was going to be a really tough issue here from the failed all-in. It's going to be a really tough kind of road to travel here for Mondo to bounce back. So far, a good spread here out of BattleB. He does get a good concave here, pushing back the Ravagers. Does shut down the Ling Bane, and Mondo is being forced further and further back. Yeah, and again, there just is not enough. Outside of sending in all these piles, and we are able to avoid them. We can see BattleB just rallying across the map. BattleB, he knows how much of a lead he has. He knows that now is the time. Tank does get piled down. The final tank has fallen. Mondo, can he hold on a little bit longer? He's got Bailings on the way. The hatchery, it's so close, so low, so close to going down, so low. We get on top of the Ravagers. Ooh, that was the backbone of Mondo's army. Down to 1 Ravager. Good split here from BattleB. Avoids the Bailings. We're getting on top of the Queens, and again, it was a losing battle here from Mondo. Did try to macro out of a difficult situation. Hatchery goes down. GG gets called, and BattleB will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Again, basically, from the failed all-in, BattleB had a massive lead, and Mondo had to make a really tough choice there, whether to try to go for a second all-in or try to macro out of it. We saw that tried to macro, and last BattleB did press his advantage, did not slow down, did snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. BattleB does take the first game. I do see in the chat, of course we see it as well, there is some latency going on. As a reminder, we're fine on our end. That's why there's no latency with my voice, there's no latency with the camera. But unfortunately the clean feed is a little bit unstable. It has been the case for the past couple of broadcasts. It usually evens out. Basically what's happening is that the only people in game are the SC Boy observers. SC Boy, of course, are the organizers of this tournament, and they do feed us the clean feed, or feed us, their stream essentially, via a VPN. And again, it's not the most stable of connections from China to the, to places like Twitch or places like YouTube. So because of that, the clean feed is unstable, and it's what we have to work with, unfortunately. And yeah, hopefully things stabilize, and they usually do. It usually takes like a game or two, and then things will be smooth sailings from there, usually. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I do apologize for the delay there, but we are back, and we're diving into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have BattleB for Berserker eSports, and in the top right, we have Mondo for Club NV. Here we go. Again, I do apologize for the stream going down, but there were some audio issues. There were some tech issues, unfortunately, and the stream did have to be reset, but now we are back, and we are getting back underway. I do apologize for the stream going down, and I'm sure a lot of people, we lost, everyone basically, so for those of you that stuck around, we do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Do appreciate it, and hopefully we can get things underway without any more technical issues. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed as we get everyone back. Meanwhile, it is going to be interesting. Hatch first, as we're loading into post-youth. Interesting choice here by Mondo, by the way. Going for a map like post-youth, a very unorthodox map, but much more macro-oriented, and is actually not going for his pocket base. Doesn't go for the free base that is given to him with the hybrid gold minerals, by the way. Instead, we're going for the triangular third as the natural instead. I'm very much so caught off guard. What? Like, what is happening? I didn't even know. Crazy. So, yeah, bold move here by Mondo. Very interesting expansion pattern as well. I'm curious where this leads us and what he has in mind, because this does just feel inefficient. The one thing that this does do for Mondo is it does give him some boosted creep spread across the map to move out a lot faster if we were to go for something like an all-in. Oh boy. As there we go, we do have BattleB going for his own Rax expand, going for the expansion in his own main base, of course. And we'll see if this takes us anywhere else. Oh. Sorry, just making sure that we're also added to TL as well. Make sure we are added. Beautiful. And the predictions from earlier are still open as well, which will soon be paid out. Or, I mean, once the series does end. Again, I believe the predictions were, yeah, they were opened up at the start of the broadcast. But here we go. We are settling into this. Into game number 2. So far, Reaper just going to be dancing with these lings. We have yet to go for a third base yet. As Reaper pulls back, heads towards the main base. Is going to confirm the lack of hatchery, which I'm sure is going to be a bit of a puzzled look here for BattleB. Wait, why haven't you taken this free base? And we have our answer. Mondo is going for the gold. Okay. Gold base on the horizon here from Mondo. Very interesting. Not something I was quite expecting here. But okay, we're rushing into the gold. Behind this BattleB, he's going for a third CC into a 2-1-1. Okay, BattleB, I see you. Basically, we're skipping the starport, or we're delaying the starport in favor of a second Rax instead. So this is going to be a 3CC 2-1-1. Reaper slips into the main. Doesn't quite get much done. Is going to be forced out. There we go. The natural base is being, that gold base is being taken. And BattleB is rotating around and will soon get eyes on it, and we'll see if he can punish it as well. That gold is so vulnerable. It's so wide open. Can be attacked from every single angle. Speaking of, here come the Hellion and the Reapers. Okay, they do confirm the hatchery has been taken. Yet to be saturated. Still yet to be saturated. BattleB is going to be just lying in wait, again getting into his own stim. Remember, this is a third CC into a 2-1-1. This means that we're going to be working towards a pretty big bio push. As the Marine Cannon is building up, stim is on the way. We're just waiting for the Medivacs before we do commit. BattleB, he's poking with some of these Hellions, but because it's a 3CC 2-1-1, he only has 4 Hellions outside of the 6 or even 8 that we would have otherwise. So because of the low Hellion count, this is actually helping out Mondo quite a bit. He's going to be able to hold on. Meanwhile, Lings, they try to catch the Hellions, but alas, we do react too quick. Things are going to be forced back. Meanwhile, as we said, this is a big shout to Eva in the chat. Oh my god. Gracias, Papi, gracias. Thank you so much. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. I hope to see you tomorrow, by the way, Eva, as in 2 days, as Sparkling Tuna Cup is this weekend on Sunday. Better be there. Esta Eva, Papi, esta Eva. As we are settling in. For now, we do see, interesting, we do see Mondo taking his 4th base as well as a macro hatch, trying to get into Lingbane. Meanwhile, here comes that stim timing. The Marines are moving out. Armory is done. Hellbats are being morphed in. Here we go. BattleB. He's going to shut down this gold base. Can we hold without Banelings? It's going to be tough. You have 6 queens here on the front lines. Banelings are just now starting. But the Banelings are so late. Yeah, with these Hellbats, with this position. We are denied mining at the gold. BattleB, he does pull back. Gets 5 drone kills. If I get another Protoss first or second round, I'm never playing again. You're getting a Protoss first round. It's happening. It's happening. Esta Eva. As BattleB is going to be pulling back. Doesn't commit. Interesting. Doesn't quite end up committing here. He's just going to be reinforcing before pushing out. He's going to be reinforcing. There we go. Rallying even more across the map as well. And this time we do have Banelings. Bailing speed still not quite done though. For Mondo, still in a bit of trouble. Still in quite a bit as... Oh, there we go. No, my apologies. Bailing speed does kick in. And with it, we should be okay. We do lose another 3 drones. Good target firing here on the medevac. Ooh, big connection. Good connection as well. Boys are being pulled. Reaper finally going to go down, but not before killing 5 drones. Oh my god. Got 5 worker kills. From here, BattleB going to be threatening a drop. But this gold base has paid for itself. Has more than paid for itself at this point. It took a while to really punish, and even then, we're not fully punishing it. So Mondo is holding his own. Is going to be holding his own. Got 2-2 on the horizon here. We do have quite an upgraded advantage here for the Terran. And we're going to be at least denying the 5th. But I'm quite impressed here that Mondo was able to get into his 4-base setup, including this gold. And BattleB, the pressure is still on him to punish. Still very much so on him. As he's threatening push. Ooh, big mine shot goes off. A lot of lings go down. And very efficient trades. Once again, another mine connects. Ay, ay, ay. Mondo not trading well, and now he's in a lot of trouble. Does at least retain his Banelings. Does at least keep some Banelings alive. But not like this. We have a drop going ham in the main base as well. 8 drones go down, and we're not done. The drop, it comes back in. Does come back into the main. Mine just going to be going off. Big, oh my god! Massive connection to the Banelings. These Widowmines, they've been brutal. And Mondo is hurting so bad here. 10 drones go down in the main. Queens are pushing forward. Not like this. Yeah, the Widowmines are the MVPs. Someone should tell BattleB that Widowmines got nerfed. He doesn't know. They don't know, Bobby. They're acting like they're from the previous patch. Ay, ay, ay. Massive mine connections. With that BattleB, he can pivot away. He's going to be consolidating his army, regrouping. Mondo is getting into his own hive, is working towards it, but is barely holding on. Yeah, as we deny the 5th once again. We force a cancel. To force that cancel, and again Mondo, he's barely holding on here. He's just starting 2-2. Meanwhile 2-2 was already done for BattleB. He has a massive upgrade advantage, starting up 3-3 as we speak. Mondo just doesn't have the resources, doesn't have the bank here to work with this to build back up. He's just been trading too poorly. Yeah, we're pulling him apart. 2 queens go down. The gold base looking that much more exposed. Once again, the mines! Oh my, the mines, they clean up all the link bane on the right hand side. The drop still active, goes into the natural. And there's only things to defend. Efficient trades here from BattleB. The Marines, they go ham. They clean up so many lings. And we're pulling Mondo apart. We're snowballing out of control. It's just becoming too much. BattleB with a massive supply lead. And we spoke about it. Mondo, he is the weakest link here on his team. And BattleB, he kicks things off with a 2-0 lead. GG. A strong start for Berserker eSports. GG, well played. BattleB does kick things off here with a 2-0. And with that, Berserker eSports kick things off with a strong lead. But what I should say is that don't count Club NV out just yet, because we have some heavy hitters coming up. We have some big players and some big names on the horizon here. They're on the way. We have up next DNS versus Creator. Oh boy, here we go. We do have DNS versus Creator coming up next here. I'm just trying to catch up here in the broadcast as well. Again, the stream did go down earlier, so we have some catching up to do. But we are getting ready for our mirror matchups. It's going to be a PvP between Creator and DNS, and we also have a ZVZ between Mixu and DRG thereafter. Did you have that on the way? Oh, the stream went down. Oh my god. We weren't the only ones having issues here. Okay. My apologies here. But apparently the clean feed went down as well. Okay, we're good. We're back. But apparently the clean feed also had its own issues, but we are back, and we're diving into game number 1. Whew. And in the bottom left we have DNS for Berserker, and in the top right we have Creator for Club NV. Here we go. Whew. We're diving into our next best of 2, into our next matchup here. As a reminder, this best of 7 is comprised of best of 2s, so even if this goes 1-1, we won't get an ace match. Not quite how it works, as these are not best of 3s. And my condolences to Mondo. I did say before, though, that Mondo, he's more of an up-and-coming player, and Mondo did retire, and he's not full-time anymore, or he's not committing as much time to competing as he once did. So, again, Mondo, it was an uphill battle for him. He was the underdog in his series, unfortunately unable to take a game. But this is where the rest of his team kicks into high gear. This is where suddenly the turns have tabled and the pressure is now on DNS. No longer is Berserker the favored players here in this series, but we'll see if we can bounce back, because DNS is a heavy hitter. This is where I should also mention that DNS, he was actually on the Platinum Heroes. He was on Platinum Heroes last season and was a key member of their team. I would say that in last season of WTL, DNS was most likely the ace player for their team. I know that he was the ace for the Platinum Heroes 2 seasons ago. Last season, it was between DNS and Firefly, but DNS, he's a very strong player in Europe right now, and he since left the Platinum Heroes. He has joined Berserker eSports, and we'll see if this new environment is able to give him some new vigor, give him some new motivation as well. It is a new team that he's a part of, but I would say that he's also currently a key member of it. Arguably the best player. I say arguably. We spoke about this previously, about how Gung Fu Banda is very unpredictable. Like, he's very hit and miss with his state of play, with his current form. So I do think that Gung Fu Banda, he lacks a little bit of consistency in his play and in his form. I do think that that's where DNS thrives, though, and you could definitely make an argument that DNS, he's top 2 on Berserker alongside Gung Fu Banda. Could make an argument, but we'll see. We shall see as we're settling into this PvP. We do have Creator going for his expansion, 2-gate opener into expand. Meanwhile, DNS getting into his own 2-gate opener as well, going for some tech instead. So it's going to be a 2-gate into Stargate from DNS. Basically, the pressure is now on the blue Protoss player to get some damage done. He's going to be looking to get some economic damage done with these oracles. It's going to be on Creator here to maintain his economic lead with this faster Nexus. Here we go. I see in the chats. We are actually in talks with I believe there's a widget programmer, or there's someone that's been making some Twitch applications out there, and we're actually in talks to hopefully make something to help with predictions. We'll see if anything comes of it. We shall see. So that is something that we're looking into, just because like it'll be so much easier if we could like press a button and have predictions going. Something we're looking into. Meanwhile, we do see DNS double expanded. Oh my god, wait, what? This is something that I've never seen before. DNS, off of his Stargate opener, he is going for his natural and his third base at the same time. Crazy move here out of DNS. We'll see if we can get away with it. He does apply some pressure with these Sorkers, does take down the shield battery. Meanwhile, Hallucination's got moving out. So Creator, he gets eyes on the natural, but does he get eyes on the third? He needs to. He desperately does need to. If he does, he can soon apply pressure and punish this third base. It's so greedy here from DNS. So bold. And Creator, does he check? I mean, there's no reason to check. That's the thing. Like, why would you? Hallucination is about to run out, and up, he will. Big moment, Creator. It looks like we're checking, and he has seen the third. Big scout for Creator. Whew. Okay. Big scout from him, and we'll see if he can punish this. Meanwhile, at the same time, Oracles, they dive into the mineral lines. Sentries have since been improved, and the first Oracle goes down. For those who don't know, the Sentry has now been boosted quite a bit in the new patch. It does take less damage from things like Oracles and Adepts, as it is no longer a light unit. Likewise, it does bonus damage to shields. So people have been doing testing. Sentries no longer tickle, at least not in PvP. Now they hit quite hard. Like, Sentries have been improved quite a lot here in the PvP matchup. And Creator, he's going for a big counter attack. Shield battery, it's almost done. Shield battery is about to finish up. We have a stasis trap set up as well. Creator looking to push in. Creator is looking to push in. Meanwhile, he's going for a blink towards the natural, trying to pull DNS apart. Going for some probes. Gets two. We're gonna get a third. Sentry does get focused as well. Good pickup so far here by Creator. And he doesn't push into that third. Does see the army. Doesn't like what he sees. Doesn't commit. Oracle gets across the map. He's gonna get some probe kills. Gets two. Ooh, gets three. Very nicely done. Three workers do go down at the same time. Very good force field here to Creator. He catches the Immortal. Does catch the Immortal. A second does arrive, forcing Creator back. Behind this, he's getting into his own third. We can see that DNS has a 10 worker lead. That is a massive advantage here for DNS. And he holds on to the third. May have lost a couple of workers here and there, may have lost an Immortal, but he does get away with it. That is a big moment here for DNS. Creator's still trying to be active. But like, this is such a good way to punch up as well. For DNS to take a risk like this, to take a chance. And for it to pay off. Meanwhile, we can see a massive gateway explosion on the way for both players. DNS trying to take a fourth, but Creator's in position. Does deny it. Does contain DNS, and Creator, he's going for his own faster fourth base instead. Does make sense. Creator, he's still trying to catch up. And the faster fourth will help. As he's catching up, it looks like Creator is committing to a mass gateway army. I believe DNS has a tech advantage with Archon production available. Yeah, Temple Archives is done. Archons are on the way. Creator just now starting up his own Temple Archives. The reason for this is because he got the faster fourth instead. But he won't have Archons available, at least initially. We could try and hit a timing. Could try to. So here we go. We have Creator once again getting ready for another backstab. He is spotted by the Observer. DNS is in position. Late reaction out of DNS. The Prism goes down. We depower the Robo as well. Big pickoffs here out of Creator. Gets the Prism, gets the Robo. Dives into the main base. Goes for the recall. Very nicely done. Slick moves here out of Creator. And again, he has to make these moves happen because of his deficit. As DNS has a massive army supply lead. And he's soon going to be pushing out. Now, the Temple Archives is done, so Creator can get back into Archon production. Meanwhile, that's a big delay on the Immortals from DNS. Does slow him down quite a bit. As I believe we're still trying to repower that Robo. There we go, back up and running. It is back up and running. As Creator is pushing on the right hand side, he is spotted by DNS. And DNS is in position. At the same time, Oracle gets shot down. Finally across the map. Creator pulling back. And a Creator, he is going to be taking up even further from here, working towards a robotic spade, towards Disruptors. Okay, so Creator looking to out-tech his opponent. That's a Bay on the way. Second Robo as well for Creator. Stage trap goes up. Only gets one probe. Only gets one. As DNS is pushing through the center of the map before the Disruptors come out. Big moment here for DNS. As +2 is about to finish. It's about to kick in. And it has. DNS going to be rotating around towards the third. Creator is keeping up with the rotation. Does spot the army. DNS second guesses himself for a moment there. It's reinforcing with more Archons, more Zealots. First Disruptor's on the way. That first Disruptor is going to be huge. I believe DNS has not seen it yet. Has not seen the tech. And it looks like we are buying time. The Disruptor, it's going to come out. DNS just unable to push in. That's the power of Alcyone. He is taking the gold base at least. Is going for the gold. But he cannot break his opponent, and Creator, he's maxed out. Any kind of disadvantage, not really there anymore. Here comes the first Nova. Up! And will it connect? Trying to chase this down. Disruptor, it goes up! And the Nova does connect. Big connection here with the Sentry and the Stalkers. Second Nova goes up as well, connects with the Immortal. Stalkers are going down. Creator, can he break through? His Prism is exposed, and it does fall. Good pick up there from DNS. But he's unable to break through. Disruptors are kept alive. Another Nova goes off. Misses though, good split. Very nice reaction from DNS. Does avoid the shot. And Creator is not out of the woods yet. We had a couple of decent Novas, but still not good enough. DNS threatens the push. Behind this, his gold is getting up and running. Still not saturated yet, but it's on the way. We're getting there. We are getting there. As you see DNS once again. Oof, running into some Disruptors. No connections though. Creator trying to sneak out with a base towards the center right. He's taking the Nexus. Good target firing on the Archon. We can see the DNS has gotten into his own disruptor production. So we're going to be seeing some Purification Novas on Purification Novas. Some ball-on-ball action. That's all we like to see. Well, that happens. Oh! Oof. Two zone each other away. A couple of Zealots get picked off. Both armies, they are remaxed. How good are the Novas? Force a blink. Force a blink. Good connection on the Immortal, but likewise a counter connection on Creator. Does take a big blow to the face. Has to pull back. At the same time, Prism gets into the main. There is a cannon in position. Are we looking? Ooh, we're not looking. We do take down an Immortal and a Disruptor. And DNS a little bit distracted, focusing across the map. Good target firing at a Creator. He gets one, he gets two. Another Nova connects, but Creator, he's pushing on through. Yeah, he caught DNS with his pants down. And DNS, he cannot save this gold. At the same time, the Prism in the main got deflected. And DNS, he's in a lot of trouble. Again, it was doing so well this game. And getting up to this point. But remember, DNS could not push into the third or the fourth. He could not break the defensive position of Creator, and Creator, he got away with Disruptors. And now suddenly Creator has a lead. Somehow, some way he's found it. Oh, decent connections here from those Disruptors. Ooh, once again, a good connection on the on the Immortals of Creator. But he's still breaking through, it's still not enough. We have another defensive warp in. Nova connects with the Immortal. And Creator, he's just overwhelming DNS. Again, it was a good effort here at DNS. He did so well making it this far. Or again, throughout most of this game, I would have said that he was ahead. But again, that has been taken away. Creator, he bounces back despite the deficit. Just some stasis traps going off. And you can see here, Creator has almost, what, a 60 supply lead, soon to be a 70. Zealots are coming in to reinforce. Disruptors are amassing. Maybe with, like, the perfect Purification Novas, we can maybe do something here. But things are looking bleak for DNS. Getting in with some Dark Templar. Let's go. But we have detection. We have observers. Creator's attention's being pulled apart, losing two Disruptors. Very nice trades. Well, Disruptors are going down. DTs are finally dealt with. And Creator, he pulls the trigger. Nevers wants to get big connections. Oh my god! DNS! The best fight he could have hoped for, but it's still not enough. Disruptors are exposed and they're finally being focused down. Creator, he's resetting the Disruptor count. Aye. And GG gets called. Creator, he will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Again, DNS, he did so well for himself in that game. Got himself in a good position, got himself ahead, but if you remember, he could not press his advantage. He could not break Creator on his 4-base setup. Could not break into the third, or the natural, or the fourth base. It was just too much. And now we're getting ready for game number 2. We're diving into game number 2 here on Post Youth, and in the top right we have DNS for Berserker, and in the bottom left we have Creator for Club NB. Let's go. Let us go. Just quickly working through that break, trying to catch up here with the clean feed as we're settling into game 2 of this PvP. Now, as a reminder, Post Youth was actually DNS's map of choice. It was Loser's Pick, or it is Loser's Pick here in WTL. So DNS, he did opt to go for Post Youth of all maps. This is, I would say, the most macro-oriented map in the map pool currently, like with these free bases you can take with the 3 and 4 base setup that you can find yourself in. We have seen a lot of longer games here. Have seen longer games. And we'll see if anyone is bold enough to be greedy on this map and go for that center goal base. For now, we're just setting up for an economic opener. It's going to be a gate expand. Gate expand out of DNS, gate expand out of creator. So economic builds all around. No one is getting to a second gas geyser, which means that no one is rushing into a Stargate. We are looking to expand. DNS did get into the main base of creator, so he's being a nuisance. Is being as annoying as possible. He's going to be delaying the expansion. Could even force out some tech. DNS already has his natural on the way. Yeah, did go for the pylon block. Oh, creator, he goes for the gold. Oh my god. Creator, he's crazy. He's going for the gold base. I mean, his hand was forced because of that pylon block. But in a longer game, this is going to be a difficult base to hold on to. What is our plan? What are we going for? Show us what you got, creator. Show us what you got. As I've yet to see a player rush into the gold in a PvP specifically on this map. So I'm not entirely certain what we're about to see. I mean, we should be seeing DNS go for an aggressive response. Notice Stargate. Now, the power base Stargate opener is very similar to what we saw last game. It's going to be for Oracle production. It's going to be to harass mineral lines with stasis traps with our pulsar beam. We're looking to pull creator apart. Creator is going to be spread thin, defending two bases at once. He's going to need shield batteries. He's going to need stalkers. Creator is going to have to invest quite a bit here into keeping these bases safe. There it is. Shield batteries already on the way. And we'll see if DNS can break the defenses of Creator. See if he can punish him. There's that recall to the gold. Creator getting it up and running as quickly as possible. Creator, he catches the Adept as well. Well done here by Creator, but a second Adept has arrived. And we do force Creator back. It's going to be forced back. Shield battery just topping up that Stalker, keeping it safe and sound. Them saying ignore the Stalker, they go straight for the probes. They get one. They go straight for the mineral line, they get one probe. There's nice and mining time. But the Adepts, they're caught out by the sentries. You can see here again another example. Sentries, they no longer tickle. Not like before. They shut down one Adept, they shut down a second Adept as well. Good defense so far to Creator. Oracle's moving out. As the stage trap is going to be denied. Do deny the stasis here. DNS selling into his own setup. We're going into additional gateways, working towards the Twilight Council, working towards Blink. Remember, Blink for DNS is delayed because of his Stargate. Meanwhile, Creator is getting into his own, and so far he hasn't lost too much. But that Oracle count is getting even higher. We're up to 2. 2 Oracles can one-shot probes. So DNS has a lot of potential here to get economic damage done, but he needs to. The pressure is on. Oracles towards the main. We get 1, we get 2. 2 probe kills. Oh. Well, the Oracle takes a lot of damage. You can see Creator trying to intercept. Trying to catch out those Oracles. Does abandon that natural mineral line, the gold-based mineral line. He is poised to shut those Oracles down. And we can see both players expanding. Creator, the first take of third base, is getting saturated. DNS still in the midst of taking his own. And I can't believe it, but Creator, he got away with it. He dealt with the Adepts, he dealt with the Oracles. The harassment was not good enough, and Creator, he gets away with the gold. I'm quite impressed. Quite impressed here. Creator now getting into a gateway explosion. We have 5 gates on the way. That's a lot of gateways. Did I say 5? That is 6 gateways on the way. I believe that's going to be 8 in total. Creator, he may be looking for a 3-base push. He maybe looking to commit on 3 bases based on that pylon location. I think that's the case. This is going to hit like a truck. Again, thanks to the gold base in the center and the hybrid gold base as well, Creator is looking to snowball out of control. So far, good force fields. We get a couple of Stalkers. We go proxy gateway across the map to reinforce. Oracles, they sip into that natural base. So we do get some workers. We do get 4 probes. That's very nicely done. We do get 4 workers. At the same time, the main armies are going to be clashing. Creator, he does trade well. Yeah, Stalkers are falling. Reinforcements on the way. Creator, he does overwhelm DNS. And snipes a couple of Stalkers in the retreat. And DNS, he is in trouble. Do we have a shield battery? We do. We have an overcharge. But Creator, he's able to work through it anyway. He's one-shotting Stalkers one after the other. The overcharge, it does nothing. It's not good enough. And Creator, he just has too much to handle here. GG gets called, and Creator will take the series 2-0. GG, and he does tie things up 2-2. Let's go. GG, well played. We are tied up 2-2 here. Again, Creator, arguably the best player, the ace player of Club NV, does bounce back for his team. Now we're getting ready for the ZVZ. Very well done. DNS, here in game number 2, he had a really hard time. He was unable to punish the gold. But what I will say here in game number 1, he was looking strong, was looking even to surpass him. But here we go, we're getting into our ZVZ. In the top right hand corner, we have Mixu for Berserker. In the bottom left, we have Dongregu for Club NV. Whew. The ZVZ, we're just diving right into it. But again, when it comes to that previous series, DNS, like, he did so well for himself in game 1. I was so impressed by his lead, by his build in game number 1. But Creator, he somehow was able to recover. He did bounce back in that first game because it was Alkione. Basically, Creator, he played defensively, and of course, DNS was unable to break him. Likewise, was unable to break him and punish him on post-youth as well. Speaking of, we're loading into post-youth. We are loading into post-youth here for the ZVZ, and I don't expect this to be a long series. I'll be honest, I don't expect this to be a long one. If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on how you believe this series will unfold. Dongregu is coming in as the favorite player, but Mixu has been training hard for this. He's been practicing, he's been looking to try and snipe DRG in the ZVZ. I'm sure we have specialized builds for this occasion. I'm sure we do. Here we go. For now, it's going to be a hatch gas pool from both players. We are taking the hybrid bases. Is anyone bold enough to rush into the gold as a third? I doubt it, but it's on the table. And hey, if Creator can take the gold, it's up in the air. Anyone can take that gold. Here we go. As we are settling in. Hatcheries are getting up and running. So far, no major deviations, no additional gases. We should be getting to link speed. This so far looks like a standard straight up ZVZ for the time being. We'll keep our eye out for any kind of deviation. If anyone tries to go 2-base Muta, 2-base Lair, 2-base Roach, we'll keep an eye on their 3rd-base timings. Based on the openers, we should be getting to a 3rd. We shouldn't be playing 2-base, especially on post-youth. It's just not worth it. It's a very large map, very long map. All-ins have a hard time really paying off on a map like this. And we can see Mixu moving out to take the 3rd, and there it is! He's taking the gold. Let's go! I said earlier, is anyone bold enough to take the gold base as their 3rd? And it looks like Mixu is. Meanwhile, DRG is playing 2-base. That's a lair. So DRG is staying on 2 bases, rushing into a lair, rushing into roaches. 2-base roaches on the way here. I just was talking about this, about how I'm not really too fond of 2-base roach on post-youth because of how large it is. So I have to favor Mixu here, especially now that he's coming in with the scout. He does confirm the roach warrant. Big scout by Mixu. So now he knows for certain that DRG is playing 2-base, and that means that Mixu will have the economic advantage Not just that, he will have an extended economic lead because that third is a gold of all things. So if we play a standard game from here, I have to give the edge to Mixu, but we'll see what is done with this lair. We have +1 ranges on the way, but that could always be cancelled, and we could go for Aspire. Post-Youth wouldn't be a bad map for Aspire, to be honest, for 2-base Muto play. But we'll see. As DRG, he does not cancel +1, he starts up Roach speed, he's playing 2-base Roach, straight up. Now, this should not be an all-in, this is a very safe way to play for DRG, it's a way to just skip entirely Ling Bane, and we should be working towards a third. We should be. DRG, he is amassing Roaches. Roach Warren now on the way for Mixu. And DRG, he has yet to expand. I believe he's got his eyes on the gold, and there it is. He's going for the gold base. Let's go. How do you counter a gold with a gold of your own? And DRG, he's not been droning too much. He's still amassing Roaches. If Mixu drones too much, if Mixu is too economic, then he will be caught with his pants down, and DRG could kill it. So we have to be very careful here with how heavily we drone. Mixu is up 10 workers. Now, thankfully, Mixu isn't making any more drones, and hopefully it stays that way for the near future. We need Roaches. Mixu, he needs to amass as many Roaches as possible. Creepers are being thrown down. DRG is getting ready to push. He's getting ready to push here on 2 bases. He does have a Roach lead, but Mixu has the defender's advantage. Here we go. DRG is pushing. Thanks to the creep highway, it does take a little bit less time for his reinforcements to get across the map. Mixu going for a counterattack at the same time. Oh, never mind. No, it is just reinforcing. Looks like a couple of leagues get peeled off. Roaches, they do clash with each other. Mixu, he does have queen support. Does have faster reinforcements as well. Mixu is pushing up a ramp into a concave. Not the best trade here at a Mixu, but he's brute forcing his way through. At the same time, he denies mining at the gold. And Mixu, he is overwhelming. And remember, he does have an economic lead behind this. Mixu, he's ahead. He's doing it. he's looking good. Oh, he's droning. Uh-oh. We don't need to drone. Remember, Mixu, he already has 10 workers on his opponent, and Mixu, he's droning right now, and DRG isn't. DRG is still all in. If we drone too much, Mixu, now is not the time. We need Roaches, papi. If we drone too much, that could be our downfall. Mixu, not like this. Calm down. DRG takes the supply lead, army supply lead. Mixu droning up to 52. And is that too greedy? Is that too much? Well, we're cutting it close here with how much we're droning. But the longer this goes on, the better it is for Mixu. Remember that. Because Mixu has a better economy, that will lead into a larger army. The RG, meanwhile, knocking down rocks. He's got +2 on the way. It looks like he's looking to hit a +2 timing. But honestly, Mixu has a comparable army. He's not looking too bad. Good concave out of DRG. And very good positioning. Mixu trying to force his way in, but we do have the better concave for the red Zerg. But here we go. Reinforcements are on the way. Mixu, he's looking to overwhelm. And Mixu, it looks like he barely has enough. He's forcing DRG back. He takes the better trade. Queens are waddling in for both players. But no transfuse. There we go. Mixu, he does spread creep. He can support a little bit harder. Another queen is on the way. Mixu is so close to breaking DRG, and it looks like he is doing it. He's pulling it off. He breaks through the army, gets on some of the queens. And Mixu, papi, in the mirror matchup. GNS couldn't do it against Creator, but it looks like Mixu, he may be able to pull this off here against DRG. Again, Mixu so quick to take the gold as his third base. Did punish the 2-base split of DRG. And all we have to do was survive, and we did. And now we're snowballing out of control. Mixu collapses on the army, breaks on through, gets into the mineral line. GG gets called, and Mixu will take game number 1. GG. Oh my god. GG, very well played here. Mixu does take a lead in this series for himself and for his team. Very well done. GG. Again, I'm not too fond of 2-base all-ins on this map on post-youth because of how large it is. DRG opted to go for the 2-base play, for the 2-base roach, and he was punished for it quite hard. And with that, Mixu needs one more to win it all for himself and for his team. And in the top left, we have Mixu for Berserker eSports. And in the bottom right, we have Dongwei Gu for Club Envy. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go, Bobby. Comes down to this. I mean, I say that if DRG wins this game, we force an ace match. We could force that ace match. We are close to doing so. Otherwise, Mixu could just win it all here and now. And that would be a big upset. Coming into this, I mentioned it, but for Club NV, you know, BattleB was favored in his series, and BattleB did take the 2-0. No big surprise there. But following that, Creator and DRG, they're the ones to beat. They're the ones to bring down. And both Mixu and DNS haven't been looking too bad at all here tonight, and Mixu already causing an upset. Already doing so much for himself, for Berserker. Can he keep it going? Can he get the 2-0? Let's go. Let us go. Overlords are moving out. It is going to be a hatch gas pool opener here from our players. Winding it back a little bit to talk about game 1 again. Again, I wonder what the rationale was there for DRG. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I imagine from DRG's perspective, because he is the favorite player coming in, that may be why he opened up 2-base, because he was maybe expecting an all-in. If the goal base was taken as the natural, then it would have been an all-in from Mixu. But again, Mixu, he does kind of somehow avert expectations here from DRG, catches him off guard, went for the gold as a third instead, and he just had such a boosted economy getting into the mid-game. And DRG was forced all in. But now that we get into Oceanborn, that dynamic isn't available. There is no goal base, there's no unorthodox way to take a strong lead like we saw on post-youth. So we need another plan from Mixu. We need another game plan. What's it gonna be? For now, standard play. For now. Is still a hatch gas pool. We're gonna be joining up. We have a handful of lings on the way. This should be leading to a third base, and there it is. We have a third from Mixu, we have a third from DRG. So far, everything is by the book, and this should be leading to a Bailey Nest into Ling Bane aggression. Speaking of, there it is. A Bailey Nest has been thrown down for both players. And this is where things can get really scary. Obviously, Ling Bane, it's a knife fight. It's very much on a knife's edge. It all comes down to the player's unit controls, if we commit. Speaking of, Mixu, he has 8 lings on the way. 10, 16! We're going for a ling flood. We're going for aggression here. Mixu is going to be doubling down. DRG, he's making some lings, but he's droning. So Mixu will have a massive lead here, as he's pretty committed. And so far, unscouted. DRG has not seen, not yet. And here we go, we pull the trigger. Now DRG sees, he knows. Mixu is going across the map, he's just going almost all in here. Cutting workers at 24. Back at home, Bailings are on the way, lings have arrived, and can we get the third? That's all we need. Mixu is joining behind this, he's not all in, but he is committed. First Bailing next, but DRG does break through. He zones Mixu away. Ooh, good connection from Mixu. Bailings are going down. We get on top of the queens. But we have reinforcements. We get 1 queen, but DRG, he will hold. He forces back the army, but the base goes down. Mixu, he gets the hatchery. That's all he needed. He gets the base, and Mixu, he has a comparable drone count. Now he has to survive the counterattack. We're not out of the woods yet. We did kill the third, but now we have to survive. As now the turns have tabled, and DRG is going for his own push. Lings have arrived, Bailings are on the way. They're morphing in as we speak, right outside the bases. Oh, good connection from Mixu. DRG slipping up his control. It Does above. Good target firing by Mixu as well, but oh, he manually detonates. No, the manual detonation. Mixu wastes failings. Ay, not like this. And that was a good 3 Bailings going down for free, and that means that DRG breaks in. Oh, he breaks through, gets into the natural, gets into the main base. We have 1 Bailing left. Good connection on those lings, and this should not have happened. Ay. Maybe a little bit of nerves there from Mixu. And we see Mixu even detonate Bailings on his own hatchery there. Does mispick once again. Now is not the time. As Mixu will clean this up. But again, he's got no Bailings left. As we just saw previously, he did run his own Bailings into the hatchery, and things are going to be calming down a little bit. Mixu, he's down in workers. Roaches have arrived. DRG is looking solid here. He's looking strong. And Mixu, he's got a lot of catching up to do. He's down in workers, down in tech. And DRG, he's pushing. Ay. Again, Mixu was looking so... Or he had a pretty good start initially. And he was defending well. Until he wasn't. Now behind this, DRG is droning. He was posturing with his roaches, but it looks like he's turning back around. And he does chill back at home. And it looks like DRG, he's more concerned with saturating his third first before pushing. And we can see how behind Mixu is. He's just now starting up his Roach War and his Evo Chamber +1. I don't think we have Lair Tech. And the longer this goes on, the further ahead DRG gets. Right now, the pressure is on Mixu to get some economic damage done. He needs to slip into a mineral line, get into the natural, get into the main. Whether it's a Ling run by or a Bailing run by, he needs something to go his way. Does need something here. The other thing we could go for is an all-in. Mixu could try to go for a 2-base all-in and fake saturation at his third, but it looks like he is droning quite heavily actually. So Mixu is going to try to macro. So he's going to try to macro out of this. And if Mixu is given enough time, he will. But the reality is that DRG should soon be pushing, as he's already on 56 drones, and you can see here that DRG is not making any more workers, he's amassing roaches. He is amassing roaches. Mixu still droning, by the way. He's down 60 supply. 60 army supply. Jesus. A disparity you don't see too often. And here we go, DRG is pushing right through the center of the map, and I don't believe there's anything to stop him. And again, just too much of a deficit early on. The roaches have arrived, Bailings are being targeted down. We have a handful of roaches popping out here for Mixu, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, DRG, he's looking to overwhelm. GG gets called, and DRG ties up the series 1-1 between himself and Mixu. 3-3 between Club NV and Berserker. GG. GG, well played. We are going to the ace match. We're tied up 3-3 here. We're going to game number 7. And who gets fielded is the question. Who gets fielded? When it comes to Mixu there, again, it was so unfortunate. It was so unlucky there. We saw Mixu accidentally manually detonate his Bailings. We saw him, again, right-click on his own hatchery as well in the defense. Just a very chaotic defense there from Mixu. It did look like nerves got to him a little bit there. And, yeah, with that, DRG did take advantage of Mixu. And now we're getting ready for that ace match. Who is going to be coming out? Who is going to be coming out here? Players are being chosen. It's going to be a tough decision. Meanwhile, we've caught up. Let us go. Bam. We have caught up here with the clean feed. Again, it's something that we were struggling with earlier because the stream went down. But who do you think? Okay, from Club NV, is it DRG or Creator? I mean, I guess Creator did 2-0, but it was a close series between himself and DNS. So, I mean, that was still not a sure thing. It's going to be a best of one on Crimson Court. Do we send out Creator or DRG? From Berserker, who do we send out as well? Mixu, he was able to take a game off of his opponent, but it was very map dependent. Speaking of, Crimson Court is not the... actually, it's going to be a very interesting map as well. I would kind of favor some defensive play. I kind of want to see DNS, but we have our answer. We have our chosen players here. From Berserker eSports, it's going to be BattleB. From Club NV, it's going to be Creator for this best of one ace match. Let's go. Again, Creator does make sense. BattleB was an interesting choice. I'm curious, can BattleB keep up with someone of the caliber of Creator? It's a best of one. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. If you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you believe this game or who you believe will win this series, Club NV or Berserker. It all comes down to one singular game. We could even proxy, right? There's so much on the table here. We could go for a proxy. We could go for a more standard game. 2-base all in. Here we go. In the bottom left, we have for Berserker eSports, BattleB. And in the top right, we have his opponents. We have Creator for Club NV. Catching the chat. I feel like BattleB is a poor choice. I'm not so sure about that. Like, I was liking the idea of sending DNS out. I would have loved to have seen a rematch between DNS and Creator. If they picked BattleB here, it has to be for a good reason. I imagine BattleB, they have to have tried. Like, I feel like Creator was not a wild pick, so this has to be a snipe, right? This has to be a counter pick. I imagine BattleB has something special in store for Creator. I have to imagine. We'll see. Whether it's that, whether it's confidence as well, that's another thing to bear in mind when it comes to these Team League matches, is that the reality is, because DNS went down 2-0 earlier, his confidence might be shook. Depending on how players take losses, he could be in a bad mood right now. Like, he could just be unmotivated after the losses, and that does impact your play. Like, your mood does impact how well you perform, how well or how poorly you can perform in a game. So that could be another factor here when it comes to picking another player, is their current state of mind. Likewise, Mixu also just now taking a loss to DRG would also be a factor as well when it comes to how the players feel. Here we go. For now, it's going to be a double gas opener out of BattleB, so he's going for a faster factory. It's going to be an aggressive build here from our blue Terran player. This could lead to a one-base all-in. I'm not too fond of one-base all-ins here on Crimson Court. This should just be racks into factory into command center. And this opener can lead into Reaper Hellion. It could lead into a Widowmine drop, could lead into Cyclones early on. I feel like Cyclone openers have fallen off in the new patch, but it's still viable. It's still an option for BattleB. Here we go. Speaking of, there's a command center in the main base. It is going to be thrown down in the main. It is going to be safe from any kind of prying adept or zealot opener. It is going to be safe inside main. And BattleB has yet to go in as Creator. He's going for a robo-based opener. Now, if you've been watching Creator over the past 2 months, you would know that Creator is very fond of these robo builds in PvT. He's done it time and time again. We've seen it in the ESL Open Cups. Have seen it in qualifiers. This is Creator's go-to build in Protoss vs Terran. That's the downside of Creator, is that for certain matchups, he can be very predictable. He has a distinct playstyle against Zerg and a distinct playstyle against Terran. This is just a very safe way to open up. Now, what I will say, though, is that Creator is one to vary it up with his robo-based opener. He could play very defensively, getting into a fast Bay, getting into fast Colossus production, or he can double down. As we can see, 2 more gates on the way. I think he's going for a Prism after this Observer. So he can be aggressive here with some gateway units. He can be a little bit more assertive on the map as he techs up and transitions into a robo-based build. So the reason why I say that this is a very safe opener out of Creator, say very safe, or very defensive, maybe that's a better way to put it, is because you lack any way to really be aggressive on the map and really be assertive, as there's no blink, there's no phoenixes, there's no way to shut down and be proactive against drop play. This just does give you access to faster immortal production and faster Colossus production. As the Observer's moving out. There's that Bay on the way that we did mention, and there's the Immortal on the way as well. There are some players that skip this Immortal and go for a faster third, but that's really greedy. The reason for that is because you need something to defend against an early game push, and if you lack the Immortal, then you could just die then and there. So it's a risk you take to skip it. We can see the Creator is making it just to be safe. The Bay is on the way behind this. It's going to be for Colossus production, and that should shut down any kind of bio-based play in the early game. Speaking of bio, we do have Marines moving out, but do we have much at home to defend? We have a shield battery and overcharge a handful of units. The first Immortal is going to come out just in time, and BattleB does not commit. But BattleB is going for some Banshees. Very interesting. It's going to be incorporating a handful of Banshees. There we go. One is on the way, second on the horizon as well. Banshees are more unorthodox in this matchup, but we do see it from time to time. Banshees can do a surprising amount of damage to workers, to the economy. And there we go, the first two Banshees are making the way across the map. Third CC's on the horizon as well. BattleB being quite greedy, rushing to the third, almost at the same time as Creator's third. Something you don't see too often. So a very macro-oriented build here from BattleB. He is applying pressure, but he's being quite greedy behind it. Yes, be careful. Cloak is done. Getting into the mineral line. Do we have detection? Yeah, we do have an observer in the main base. The main army does clash with the Immortal, though. Tank till siege. Banshees, they get into the main. The observer is in position, though. And we force back those Banshees. Yeah, good positioning here by Creator. And the Banshees, they do not get enough done. They get 2 probes, and that is it so far. At the same time, the main army of BattleB gets deflected. Now, thankfully, BattleB doesn't throw away too much. He doesn't commit, he doesn't throw away his army, he does retain his Marines, and more importantly, his tanks. So BattleB keeps everything alive. The Banshees, likewise, is still alive as well. They can always come in and get more damage later. But Creator, he gets away with his build. He gets away with his early Colossus production, and he gets away with his third. So both players have been building up towards the mid game, and we've gotten here. Who do I give the edge to? I kind of like BattleB's position because of his fast third. Like, this third is faster than normal. It is unorthodox. And he's getting away with it so far. It is going to allow him to get into Viking production, get into additional starports, once he realizes what's going on. He's not quite there yet, though. But he will have a boosted economy. Behind this, Creator refining or supporting his army with Blink Stalkers. +1 is on the way. Creator is going to be rotating over on the right-hand side, at least keeping most of his army there. Banshee does get into the main. We get two more probes. Not bad. 2 more workers. Bearing in mind that still the Banshees, they do remain alive. They do still pose a threat here for Creator. And Creator is soon to be pushing. Oh my god, as we are incorporating a Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine is on the way. +1. Extend double lance. Blink as well. We have the Prism to reinforce. It's all coming together for Creator. Meanwhile, BattleB is moving out. He's going to be spotted. So Creator is aware. Meanwhile, some of these bases can be difficult to push into. BattleB is going straight for the 4th. Trying to force himself up the ramp. And Creator's in position. Yeah, he's there, he's waiting for him. Bearing in mind that BattleB only moved out with his Marines, he kept his tanks back at home, so he had no intention of committing. Just applying some pressure. Which I do appreciate. BattleB, he doesn't commit, so you can see on the production tab, BattleB, he's working towards a Ghost Academy, 2-2, Concussive Shell, as well as Viking production. And because of the faster third, BattleB maintains a supply lead. Again, because of how greedy he was, that is translated into a larger army. And now we arrive with the tanks. We have made it. Tanks, they do siege up. Good volleys on the army. Good volleys so far. And Creator, can he even hold on to this base? That's a lot of tank shots going off. Big connections. At the same time, double drop here at the third as well. Creator, he's in a lot of trouble. Force a recall. And Creator, he may have to just give up on the fourth. And there it is. The fourth is going to go down. Big pick up there by BattleB. Very nicely done. He gets 6 probes and he kills the Nexus. And from here, all he has to do is back off. He doesn't have to commit. Just has to race back home and survive and defend the counterattack. Creator is pushing. He's trying to catch out these tanks. Trying to force field. Doesn't quite connect. Doesn't quite land. The army slips away. We do deny the fourth base of BattleB. Prism slips in. Ooh, one tank goes down. But the Prism goes down in the main base, and Creator, he cannot pull BattleB apart. And BattleB, he's snowballing out of control. Again, you can see how powerful a fast third base like this can be. Not just that, I should say, but also really patient play out of BattleB. I was trying to put a little bit of emphasis on the fact that whenever BattleB was posturing, whenever he was moving out, up until the most recent tank push, BattleB never committed. He was always just poking, prodding, just dancing with the army, was rotating his forces and building up towards that eventual tank push, and he did catch Creator out of position. And that led to this moment, to the lead that BattleB has, but the Invisible Man slipping in. DT does get into natural. SCVs are going down. A good amount of them. 10, 11, 12 SCVs. At the same time, Creator rotates over towards that third base. Doesn't quite push in though. BattleB keeps up. But that was a big blow to his economy. Remember, that wasn't just 12 workers. That was 12 workers for only 1 Dark Templar. And now Creator is getting into Disruptors. We are refining the army. Purification Nova is going to be available. Creator shaving off a couple units, pulling back. BattleB, he has maxed out. Has a good Viking count. More importantly, has EMPs available. And that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to the positioning, to the EMPs, to how we do engage. I do love that Creator, he's intentionally keeping his Colossus back. Because of the Viking count, he has to slowly shave off the Viking count first, and then the Colossus can push forward. Otherwise, they'll go down for free. Creator is very aware of that. Nova goes up. Ooh, big connection. Big connection on the army. Once again, Nova going up as well. And oh, we didn't see it, but we heard it. That was another big shot going off. So far, good trades here by Creator. Do apologize for the slideshow, but the clean feed is having some connection issues. So that is affecting our viewing of it, unfortunately. But it's okay. We've casted slideshows before. It's fine. It's fine, Copia. So Runby slipping in from behind. Going for the third. Only a handful of Zealots. At the same time, a Prism towards the left-hand side as well. Now, when it comes to the lead that BattleB had, and he did have a big lead, that lead has slowly slipped away, and now we have more of an even back and forth. Creator, he's pulled himself back into this. He is holding his own. This is still anyone's game. But again, I'm quite impressed here by the first half. But it is still Creator. Still one of the best Protoss out there. Not going down easy. We have 4 DTs poised to go for another counterattack. BattleB, he's catching Creator out of position. You can see him go right through the middle. Okay, Creator, he does have Colossi. Remember, he did keep his Colossi pinned back intentionally, and looks like he is in position. Okay, he's turning back around. The Rocks, they did buy time. Again, that's a lot of Rocks to work through. That is a lot of Rocks. BattleB pulls back. And again, that's the hard thing about Alcyone. We spoke about this before, but applying pressure to these fringe bases, to specifically the linear third that Creator has on the right-hand side, it's so difficult to really push in there. Meanwhile, tank goes down, gets a couple of shots off. Creator, not where he needs to be. This base is exposed. And top left is going to fall to the drop. Good pick off there by BattleB. Gets one Nexus. At the same time, though, Creator, he wants to go for the kill. Goes for the center. Does not gain ground, though. Nice EMP. Does deny indicator recall. And EMP's the Nexus. Overcharge goes off. And Creator, he's turning back around. He is dealing with this drop. Yeah, he'll clean it up. But that was a good counterattack there from BattleB. Kill the base, force back the army. BattleB can now recover. And he's knocking down these rocks, making it that much easier to rotate between these two halves of the map. Still a very tense moment. Throughout all this aggression, Creator, he's taking up into Skytoss. The disruptors are exposed! Good target firing here from BattleB. He does focus out as many disruptors as he can. He gets 3, he gets 4. He gets every single one. Gets all the disruptors. Sims on board, going for the Immortal as well. And before Creator can get into Skytoss, he's in trouble. Creator, he needs a little bit more time for the carriers. The Vikings, they come in. They get a Colossus. We still on forward as well. We're getting on top of the Robo. Prism goes down. The Robo as well. Very good pickups here from BattleB. The carriers, they have arrived, but it may be too little too late, as BattleB clean up almost every single Robo unit. DTs are being a nuisance here. We're pushing him back. Creator chasing this down. Good EMP here on the Stalkers. We still have a handful of Vikings. They do get shut down. But that was a very efficient fight out of BattleB, trading out his bio for so many disruptors, most of the Colossi. BattleB has to back off for a moment. Only for a moment here to regroup. Then he can keep on pushing. Meanwhile, Creator is getting to his carriers. I believe he has 2, soon to be 5, potentially 6. The carrier count is getting higher. And what's important here is that Creator didn't lose any workers. Creator, he still has 81 probes. So his economy has been left untouched, but he finds another disruptor. Disruptor goes down. Big pickup. And Creator not quite in position. Carriers have arrived. Do get a ghost. Activate the cloak. Creator, can he hold? You know, we try to go for another base, we won't be able to get it. Good blinks, good juggling out of Creator. Very nice control. Creator turning water into wine, catching out Vikings as well. He gets 1, he gets 2. Doesn't sound like a lot, but this game is getting scrappy. Every unit counts. Oh, almost gets another Viking as well. As BattleB is making 4 Vikings at a time. Did get a couple of probes. Creator rotating around. And it looks like Creator is trying to deny top left. Can he though? Whereas top left is a planetary, or is it? Center left is. We're about to see. We're about to find out. Yeah, it is just now finishing up as a planetary, just in time. Good scan out of BattleB. Does spot the army. Does spot it rotating. Oh, meanwhile, Creator going to Storm. That's a bold move. But it may fare better than Disruptors, as so many Disruptors have gone down. We have not rebuilt that second Robo, so Storm is going to be the answer. The armies are in position. Good concave here by BattleB. And we don't have any Storms left. We have 1 Disruptor, sorry, 2. We have 2 Novas available. We activate the cloak. Had Templar have arrived. Storm, it's about to finish. It's going to be about whether what lands first, the Storm or the EMP. BattleB has maxed out. Creator not so far behind. We go for Viking. Viking for a Stalker for 2. The army getting zoned away. Storm here on the bio. Nova's going off as well. So far so good, but the concave is still solid here from BattleB. Gets the Mothership. Mothership goes down and Vikings are being thinned out, but we do collapse some of the carriers. And the carriers are falling one after the other. GG gets called. BattleB, he breaks through And Berserker eSports will take the series 4-3. GG. Poppy. GG, well played. I believe we only had one storm. We had like 3 High Templar at least, but we didn't have as many storms connecting. The good spread with the Vikings, I don't know if you saw, it was only a couple of frames because of the latency, but we did see a good surround, a good concave there from the Vikings, avoiding the storms themselves, collapsing on those carriers. GG, well played. The upset is real, and Berserker eSports, they take the series, advancing on to the upper bracket finals. Now, Club NV is still in Code A, but they get knocked down to the lower brackets. GG, well played. A big shout out to Berserker. A special shout out to their players, to DNS, to Mixu, and to BattleB as well. They all played their part. They all did well here tonight. Mixu going 1-1 with DRG. The build specifically on Post Youth, I feel like was very smart. Very smart play out of Mixu on Post Youth. Likewise, BattleB asserting his dominance over Mondo. And even DNS, even though he didn't take a game off of Creator, if you watched game 1 at least, DNS, he held his own, and he was even looking ahead and looking poised to take it. He did not look bad against Creator. And of course, BattleB to end it all. I did see some doubters in the chat doubting the decision to whip out BattleB. I was one of those as well. I was like, yo, is BattleB really the right player to whip out? Is he really the right response against Creator? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, BattleB. That's a big win for him. Very well done. We're going to be going on a short break. When we return, we have our second series of the night. We have Twisted Fairy versus Offside. See you soon.